Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How y'all doing? Welcome to Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on this beautiful Wednesday, July 22nd. Joined here by Flora High School football coach Brian Tackitt, and we are going to talk about the upcoming season for the Wolves here with Brian in just a little bit. How's summer been, Brian?
Summer's been good.
It's over, isn't it?
It's gone quick. Yep.
Yeah, that's kind of the bane of coaches everywhere. The summer goes in a hurry. We'll talk to you about the upcoming season and all kinds of stuff here on Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. Thank you so much for being here. Let's tell you a few things going on in and around your community here on this Wednesday, July 22nd. Today, here in or down in Flora at the First Christian Church, they are hosting a school supplies and book bag giveaway. The First Christian Church, they do this. Everything is free and open to all students, pre-K through high school, while supplies last. Now, they've moved it inside. It used to be a drive-through setup where you just drove through and they'd get you the book bag and they'd throw stuff in your trunk and that kind of thing. They are not doing that. It is now inside. You're going to take the kids to the book bag setup and that kind of thing?
No, we usually go through that, but
that's the thing. I didn't know if they wanted to have the same thing as their little buddies have. You know?
Oh well, that's probably true, but tough.
Tough kids. What else is going on? This up in Effingham, Enduring Freedom is hosting their monthly mobile food pantry. This is a nice deal. It'll be at noon today until the food runs out. That's going to be at the Effingham Event Center. That's out on West Fayette Avenue, the old Knights of Columbus out there, the hall, bar, and patio. And you can give them a call at 217-868-5293 or 217-240-0059 if you have any questions. Or you can go to their website, my/Christian/space.com to sign up. It's free for everyone. If you need some food to help you get through the summer months, by all means, give them a call. They'll help you out. What else going on? On Thursday, back to school vaccine clinic at the Clay County Health Department. That'll be 601 East 12th Street in Flora on Thursday, 8:30 till 5 o'clock, so all day long. The Clay County Health Department is having their back-to-school vaccine clinic. Appointments are not necessary, but they are appreciated. They can be made by calling 618-662-4406. You have a child going into high school.
Yep.
Do they have particularly new vaccine requirements or vaccine requirements of some kind?
I don't think I didn't have to get any of the 3 vaccines this fall or this spring.
The boy didn't have to get any vaccines?
I don't think so for freshmen.
Wow.
If he did, he may have missed it. I'll tell you what, I was
going to say they may find out.
He may have got to go, but my kids have anxiety if we go down 12th Street because they ask when school gets out, hey, do I got to get a shot this summer, Dad? So they know, and they don't like that street.
Shots aren't that big a deal.
I don't think so either, but can't convince my kids of that.
Well, those kids play baseball. They get hit by pitches.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, that hurts a lot more than a shot.
Yeah, it's just a thought, I think. What's coming?
All right. Well, you can't blame a kid for being a kid, can you?
No.
That's what it's fine. That's their job. Be a kid. Yeah. What else going on here on over the area this week on Thursday? Live music up at Pinky's in Effingham. Matt Poss, my good buddy Matt, will be playing up there at Pinky's tomorrow night, starting at 6 p.m. They'll probably have it out there on the porch and have all kinds of fun stuff, be able to enjoy that. What else going on, ladies and gentlemen, here on July 22nd? folks celebrate National Mango Day. This is the tropical fruit that provides delicious flavor and nutrition in just one sweet bite. This is a sweet, fragrant, juicy, add an abundance of flavor to beverages and meals, originating in India at least 5,000 years ago. Mangoes have been around since 3000 BC. They've traveled with humans from Asia to the Middle East, East Africa, and South America beginning around 300 or 400 AD. Known as the king of fruits, mangoes are said to bring richness to life, including material wealth. Who knew? Hundreds of varieties of mango grow around the world. On average, how tall do you think a mango tree can go? What do you think a mango tree? I'm getting to the trivia part of the show.
Say 8 to 10 feet.
On average, a mango tree can grow up to 131
Oh my,
feet tall.
I'm way off.
Would you like to?
How you pick those?
No kidding. What would happen if you had a mango fall from the top?
It hurt.
That's gonna. Kids scared of vaccines.
Yeah.
They're really scared. 130-foot long mango hitting him. Mangoes trees grow that big. They're giants, and they're also long living. Some are known to live as old as 300 years. So there you go. In addition, the mango fruit comes in different sizes, colors, sweetnesses. The Cadillac is known as the Atolfo, the Cadillac of mangoes, also known as the honey mango. I'm not a big mango eater. I don't know much about them, but actually, kind of strange. All of them are named after people: Atolfo, Hayden, Irwin, and Tommy Atkins. While the mango is tart and sweet, it's one of the stringiest mangoes in the world, the Tommy Atkins. I don't understand why. There you go, folks. All kinds. There's some information about the mangoes, known for their sweet taste. And actually, the only time I ever get mango is like when Dodie buys mango juice or something like that. Or it's in some kind of drink, I guess. What else is going on today? It's a good one for the middle of summer, ladies and gentlemen. This is National Hammock Day. National Hammock Day falls on July 22nd. This encourages everyone to relax in the shade by creating a tranquil napping space. Actually, the weather's supposed to be pretty good for it today. I think they're talking 80 degrees as the high today. Whether you set your hammock up under a tree or maybe on your balcony, find a spot and enjoy the feeling of swaying lightly in the peace and quiet. Hammock is a sling made of fabric, rope, or netting, and when suspended between 2 points, it forms a sling used to rest. Folks usually suspend a hammock between trees or posts. Hammock dates back thousands of years. Where do you think the hammock is originated? I can't believe they figured this out. But where do you think the hammock originated?
Asia.
Central America.
Central America. Man.
I had no idea. The hammock dates back thousands of years to Central America, where it protected people from creatures and dirt. However, the netted bed didn't find Europe until explorers brought it back in the 17th century. And then not long after, the hammock found its way onto naval ships, providing comfort and maximizing space. How to observe National Hammock Day? Well, I'll find a hammock. Boy, I tell you what, you are a big enough person that you probably have difficulty finding a good hammock. I have a devil of a time finding a good hammock. I mean, they make them. They make them big enough for me, but I'd have to have some pretty stout trees.
Oh yeah.
That's I've been in hammocks that go all the way to the ground, and that's just not cool.
No.
What else going on this week, ladies and gentlemen? This is a National Lemon Day. National Lemon Day. Actually, tomorrow is National Lemon Day, Thursday. This squeezes its way onto the calendar. The tart fruit brings vibrant citrus notes to salads, drinks, and even savory dishes. Plenty of unconventional uses of lemons, as they add delightful citrus tones, but you can use them to kill weeds, remove stains, Clean and Shine Chrome. I had no idea about that. Remove odors, keep squirrels away, keep white clothes clean, remove scratches in wood. Didn't know that either. Aid in digestion, reduce inflammation in the joints, and eliminate bad breath. Who knew? Let's see. When did citron were found in Persian gardens 2,500 years ago, and they were they made their way to Rome, and then they were developed into lemons at about 700 AD. You are learning all kinds of interesting things today.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
You going to put that in some of your history class questions and that kind of thing?
We don't quite go back that far in U.S. history. But,
U.S. history doesn't. No, I guess
use that in world history.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, there you go. The U.S. history, no, that's not going back nearly that far. What is on television today, ladies and gentlemen? Let's take a look. It's all baseball now. World Cup is over. All-Star game is over. Everything's basically over right now except for baseball. Football starts up in less than 5 weeks. Oh, my. Oh, yeah, I bet your football is less than 4 weeks now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's about 4 weeks, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Major League Baseball. Chicago White Sox at the Texas Rangers today. It's Anthony Kay versus Cal Quantrill. That's on CSN, Chicago Sports Network, channel 353. It'll be the Detroit Tigers at the Chicago Cubs. Keeter Montero versus Colin Ray. That's tonight, and that's on ESPN 360. Also on Marquee Channel 367. I think they put them on both. May just be on ESPN. Also, St. Louis is at the LA Angels. It'll be on St. Louis Cardinals Network, Channel 372. Michael McGreevy versus Reed Detmers. And only one game on MLB Network today. That's the Pirates at the Yankees. They had did you see that big fight they had?
Yeah.
What was that all about? Did somebody hit a guy?
I'm not sure what started it. I just saw the highlights of the benches clearing. I don't know.
Yeah, they do that from time to time. You'd think they'd be better behaved. That doesn't happen in high school baseball, does it?
No.
Does it happen in travel ball?
Yeah, it's funny you asked that. There was one this year.
Was there really?
Yeah, there was.
I want to hear about it.
Yeah.
We're gonna.
That might be an off-the-air topic.
That's cool. I kind of figured that probably better be off the air.
Yeah.
The Pirates at the Yankees at noon today, 12:35. Mitch Keller versus Garrett Cole. That's a good pitching matchup, folks. That is Channel 357. That is Brian Tackitt. I'm Bruce Dickey. We're going to come right back. We'll talk all about the Flora Wolves. Talk a little bit about 25. Talk a little bit about 26 and all kinds of other things here on Big Talk. Back after these words. Stick around.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Hello, folks. Bruce Dickey here with Wabash Cats TV. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you also for tuning into Wabash Cats TV's Big Talk with Bruce Dickey. You can find it here daily at 9 a.m. and at 1 p.m. Talk about all kinds of different subjects. People, interesting folks in the community, community events coming up, just all kinds of stuff that will matter to you. Appreciate you tuning in. Thanks a lot.
My grandfather, Carol Rush, opened Rush Appliance in October of 1949. This is Sean Rush, and I am driven by the same determination and commitment to quality that set us on the road to success. A lot has changed in the appliance industry since 1949, but at Rush Appliance, we're doing everything we can to remain trusted, strong, and competitive. We are extremely proud of our roots, and we look forward to providing you with quality and service at Rush Appliance and Furniture Company in downtown Fairfield.
It is all things new at Zimdar's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Appliance Repair. We have a new line of heating and cooling equipment and new technicians. Our new equipment line offers 24 months free financing and excellent warranty coverage. Our experienced service technicians can provide you with quality service and repairs on all brands of HVAC equipment. Zimdar's has been serving Clay County and the surrounding areas for over 23 years. The employees of Zimdar's are here to help, so call local and call Zimdar's.
Hey folks, welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV. Joined today by Brian Tackitt. He is the football coach, head football coach of the Flora Wolves here in Clay County. Hey, how you doing, Brian?
Good.
Big summer, good summer.
Had a good summer. Like I said, it's been quick, but it's been a good one.
Get a chance to. I gotta ask. Are the kids working out really hard in the summertime? And you always say they are, but boy, this time I'm just. Are they fat, happy, and stupid after the success of last year?
Yeah, we try to remind them, got to stay humble, right? You can't rest on last year and ride those coattails. We've had a good summer. We offer the two times. We got a lot of kids at work, so sometimes 8 a.m. A lot of our kids, have teachers for the district, and they actually work for the district during the summer as janitor help or inside help. So
like co-op type of situation.
Yes, yeah. So between the 8 a.m. and the 4 a.m., we usually got 40 kids in there, and
that's good.
Yeah, it's been pretty good.
How are your numbers looking for this year?
We should be somewhere around that 60 mark again.
Hey, that's pretty good. Let's talk a little bit. How big of a difference does it really make between having 45 kids in the program, then having 55 and having 65?
A lot of, for us, a lot of it's just, when we can get together and do our 11-on-11 stuff, just being able to have the scout team, that sort of thing. When your numbers get down to 45 and you're looking at, some of that being freshman numbers, that's not real good for scout teams sometimes. So it's really beneficial to practice times and probably just as beneficial to special teams, on Friday night, because that's where you're going to get a lot of those guys too.
Over the past few years, that's kind of been one of the things that you've had going in your favor, haven't you?
Yeah.
Your numbers have stayed relatively steady, if not moving up, haven't they?
Yeah, they've moved
up. Knock wood, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. They have moved up in the last few years. Now maybe 10 years ago or so, kind of went through a stretch where maybe it was down to 40 or so, but we've got those built back up to 60, and we'd take 70, 82, but
sure.
But realistically, 60 is a good number for us.
Will you be able to field? I know some years folks are able to field a freshman team. Some years they're not able to field a freshman team. What's the thought process?
Yeah, we'll be able to have JV for sure and freshmen. I think we've got 2 freshman games scheduled.
That's kind of tough, isn't it? Because there are only so many teams in Southern Illinois that are able to field one. Aren't
yeah, I know. Yeah, I think was waiting on. I think Coach Townsend said Fairfield's going to have enough too, and get maybe a 3rd game scheduled with them. It's a little tough for 60 is a good number, but also at the JV, some of those kids are playing Monday night, and to play too many Mondays and Thursdays in the same season would be kind of rough.
I kind of feel terrible that I haven't even talked about the success of last year's team yet. It was your most successful year as head coach, at least record wise.
Yeah,
and making the playoffs. Here's what the Black Diamond ended up last season. Johnston City went 9-0 in the conference. And I got to tell you, looking back at your record over the year, I had forgotten just how close your Johnston City game was until the second half and later in the game. That close game with a good team like Johnston City.
Yeah.
And your kids knew that was a good team. Do you think that helped maybe the kids' mindsets over the course of the nice playoff run?
Oh, yeah, I think for sure. And we talked about that game, too, as the season went along. But we built that up as what we thought could go into that game undefeated, with Johnson City undefeated. If you build it up, and then we've had in years past situations like even with the LIC where you built one big matchup up and then just kind of wasn't even in the game. It's really deflating, and maybe we're not where we thought we were. But to be in a competitive game with Johnson City and have a chance at the end, gave up a score late to make it look 2 scores and maybe look a little worse than it was. But we was really in that game the whole time, and then at times we thought maybe we didn't even play our best. At times too, which they had a lot to do with that.
Sure.
But, just gave a lot of confidence to our kids going forward.
That's another thing I'm thinking as the year went along. I mean, you're looking at a pretty good year here. A nice win over Cecil Valier down there to start the season. That's a fantastic win. Anytime you can go anytime you can go down there and win. Now Carmi was a little bit down, but you got a nice roll going. For Flora football, you never really had that much success all at once, and a nice settle. The momentum must have been fun for the kids.
Yeah, I got late in the year and was looking at, I think maybe about the time after we beat Fairfield, which was a big game for us as well too.
Oh, that Fairfield win's a huge win.
Yeah. So
that's week 7.
Yeah, so that put us at 6-1, and then you start thinking like, well, man, when's the last time we'd won 7? Which I'd been around for that, a few years ago, and then you're like, well, when's the last time we won 8? When's the last time, So we started getting, when we finished 8-1, we hadn't done that, for a long time.
Did the kids have the sense? Let me figure out how I want to put this. Did the kids have a sense of that they were doing something no team from Flora had done, or did it just once they were done, maybe it pop into their heads?
No, I think I made a point of mentioning that stuff. Once we finished the regular season at 8-1, hey, when's the last time we've done that? To make sure the kids understood what they are accomplishing, and what it means, and we talked a little bit ago about the community support. It just kept snowballing and building up as we went farther, and we could put another historical point on the season.
Let's talk a little bit about that community support, because we shoot the games. Of last year, I think we had I know we had Johnston City. I think we had Edwards County. I know we had Fairfield, and I think we did Red Hill. We did 4 games last year, and of course, folks may or may not realize that we are only able to do games that we have where we have the fiber set in, and we appreciate you guys letting us have football or fiber in the football field. We'll do 4 again this year, but showing those games, some athletic departments think, oh well, you're cutting away from our crowd. We're not. I really think it kind of helps build up the crowd. Yeah. But over the course of the season, I guess my point is, over the course of the season last year, there were a lot more people at the at the Red Hill game and the Fairfield game than you might have had at Carmi.
Oh, for sure, yeah. I thought we had a big crowd there that last week with Red Hill, and you guys were there. So, yeah, we love you being there. I think.
Well, I'm not asking for.
You're right though. I mean, the promotion of the team. Anytime we get someone talking about us, it's a good thing.
Yeah.
And the crowds were big.
But the community really got behind, and by the time you got into the playoff games, you had 2 home games, which were in the playoffs. Saturday afternoon in November. This was the first time in a long time home games for Flora. First time in a while, hadn't it been?
That was the first home playoff game we'd had since I think 2009 or so. Yeah, so we didn't know what playing football in November was like at home. Yeah, so
what did could you feel more people at the game from the town, and maybe whenever you go out and buy groceries, were you able to buy groceries without people asking you about football, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, we did. The parents got together, those playoff games, and they did. Like a pregame tailgate type deal, and brought in some entertainment and speakers and kind of a Q&A with some of the players and coaches and all that. It was a great atmosphere. I'm not, when we get into a game, sometimes like I'd even ask my
you're not
wife.
really part of that.
Yeah, sometimes I ask my wife, like, was there a big crowd tonight? Not that I don't look up walking out beforehand or anything like that. It's just my focus isn't there, and they can be loud, and I won't even hear them. But man, I heard them for sure in those playoff games. We had big plays, big scores later. Parker's kick.
Open mics. All right. Well, I think I hit the wrong button, but it'll be fine. We're doing all right. Let's finish. You were talking about Parker's kick. I was trying to hit. Well, I had a picture of it. Well, I don't have Parker's kick, but I've got this. This was what week of the playoffs was that?
Well, that would have been the second week when we beat Pana. We had the quarterfinal plaque. Yeah.
Okay, now tell me about Parker's kick. Let's hopefully that we'll be able to. Hopefully I'm not getting us kicked off the air, and if so, I'll get us kicked right back on. But Parker's kick was fantastic, wasn't it?
Yeah,
that was a 14-14 game at the time, right?
Yeah, it's just a different. Each of those two games took on different. 42-39 in the first week where defenses was optional.
Yeah.
The next week, 17-14. We got the ball back there, and I think I'd said something to the coaches like, if we get to the 20, we can kick this too. We've got that. Well, we didn't get to the 20. We got to the 27. So it took a timeout to think about it. Asked the coaches. Asked special teams coach Grundle Flood, can he make it? He said he can, and he had done it in practice, just never in a game like that before. And again, it was if it was.
Wasn't it tight all the way down? They were like a score late and a score late.
Yeah. I mean, it's like 7-7 game, 14-7, 14-14. Yeah, it was. We may have got a stop there, maybe right before we got the ball back.
I think that's right.
And then
you rolled. You made it downfield.
Yeah.
Cruised down, not cruised. You worked your way down.
Worked our way down because we was looking at working some clock, too, because we didn't want Payne to have any chance after us. But when we got down that last set of downs, I think they had a nice play, cut Cormac down for like a gain of 1 or something, and really kind of hurt our momentum. But again, if this had been the Nashville game, we probably said let's go for it because
in that Nashville game, you scored 42 points.
And in this game, offense was a little bit tougher to come by. Payne was playing pretty good defense, so decided to kick it.
And I'll be doggone if they didn't go. It was a no doubter, wasn't it?
It was. As soon as he kicked it, you knew it had the distance.
Yeah.
And I think he has been good from 50.
Yeah.
He just, from our angle on the sideline, sometimes they look like it's good and it's not. And
you mentioned you asked him where you thought he might want to go. Was he sandbagging you?
Parker he doesn't talk a whole lot.
Okay.
And if you watch, like we watch game film and he hits that kick, you'd have thought he'd have been going nuts. He just walked off the field.
He just did it all business.
He is a business. He's all business, but for him, that's what worked for him. And you want that sometimes in athletes. He's even keeled. Sometimes you want him to show a little more excitement, but then when things go bad, he's just going to walk over and say, "Hey, okay, I made a mistake, and I'll fix that."
Yeah.
He didn't really get down. So you take the good and bad.
I'll tell you what, let's do. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to talk more here with Brian Tackitt, head coach of the Flora Wolves. We'll get more of the 26 Wolves coming up as I haven't had talk to you much about football since then.
Yeah.
We were talking baseball.
Yeah.
We'll be back in just a bit.
For service beyond the surface, call Carter Trucking in Fairfield. Carter's trucks are ready to haul your big freight and grain. So whatever you call Jeremy Carter, the Mucho Mulcho Man, the driveway doctor, the gravel guru, the pothole pirate, the rockin' redneck, the smooth operator, the mudhole master, or the happy hauler, just call him. 842-2022 to haul your big freight, grain, and more with trucks from Carter Trucking, Williamson Drive in Fairfield.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Le Mans always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at lemansonline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
Having car trouble, need a tow, or just some routine maintenance? Butcher Automotive in Louisville has you covered. Locally owned and operated, Butcher Automotive offers complete vehicle repair services along with tire sales and wheel alignment. They're your local Hankook tire and interstate battery dealer. Butcher Automotive offers free local pickup and delivery so your car can be repaired while you're at work or at home. Butcher strives to treat everyone's vehicle as their own. At Butcher Automotive, they don't want you to give them your business, they want to earn it.
I'm Beth Cooper.
And I am Stacey Earlywhite, and together we host By the Way with Beth and Stacey.
It airs Monday through Friday on Wabash Channel 100 at 11 a.m. and again at 3 p.m.
We love to follow Clay County history, and we've been venturing out too in other counties. We absolutely love history.
You can also find us on YouTube. Our YouTube channel is By the Way with Beth and Stacey, or like and follow us on Facebook.
Hey folks, welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV, joined by Flora football head coach Brian Tackitt, and we are talking about a variety of stuff as there are a lot of changes this year in high school football. Let's talk a little bit about some of the changes upcoming. First of all, taking a look at this, well, that's not it. Where's the season? There it is. Your season starts a little bit earlier, doesn't it?
Yeah, it sure does. A week earlier.
Yeah, got the August 21st is that's basically, by the way, our first game that we're doing of any kind here this fall. So yeah, we'll be trying to work out the kinks early, like while you guys are trying to work out the kinks, huh? It starts early, and there's a reason it starts early. Tell everybody why everything starts so early this year.
Yeah, well, they expanded the playoffs. So with the basically an extra round of playoffs in each class, that instead of going, and we talked about it, instead of going back past.
We didn't talk about it on TV. We talked about it beforehand.
Not going past Thanksgiving, they moved it up instead of moving it back with that extra week of playoffs.
Hey, but that extra week, it isn't like they went doubled everything up, did they? They they added 50% of the teams. I mean, each class had 32 teams before, and now each class has 48.
Well, I think it's 40. I think they 8 per class, so 40 teams per class.
So the top, I'm trying to figure out.
So
the top 24 teams don't have to play a first week?
The top 8 in each class will get a bye, and that would have been like on last year, like the top 8 seeds, they now get a bye. And then 9 through 16 will host 17.
But there's 32 in each class before.
Maybe I got my math wrong. 30. Well, yeah, that's right. I was thinking each bracket. So you're right. Yes.
Okay. So the top.
You're right. So 16.
If they do it 16s,
yes.
Which most classes are.
Yeah.
Divided in half.
Yes. I'm sorry. Yeah, because I was just thinking the southern bracket. So so for the whole class 2A, you're going to have 16 new teams.
So each class, formerly with 32 teams, now has 48.
Yes.
The top 16 teams. The top 8 in each half.
Yes.
Top 8 in the north, top 8 in the south will get a bye.
Yes. Yep.
How is it? Is it like the byes used to be in the playoffs, where there were where teams played on Wednesday before they had to play on Saturday, or is this a Saturday?
It's a Saturday to Saturday thing. Okay. So if you play your Week 9 game on a Friday night, and in theory you wouldn't play until
I'm glad
a
to
week
hear
from
this.
the next Saturday.
The reason I'm glad to hear this, because the way I had understood it was doubling.
Oh yeah.
And that was going to be some 9-0 teams playing some 0-9 teams that are just wanting to put the pads up.
Yeah, no, it wasn't necessarily for the expansion, but the way they did it, it makes sense, and I'm glad they do it that way.
It does
Yes.
make more sense than how I had it pictured.
Yeah.
So how that first round's going to work? You're going to have 6-3, maybe some 7-2 teams.
Yeah.
But they'll be playing 3 and 6 teams.
Yes.
Maybe the occasional 2 and 7, but not very often.
Yes. Yeah,
teams
correct.
that still have a chance to get in.
Yeah.
Chance to do something.
Yeah.
See, now that's interesting.
Yeah.
Because you look at a team like, for instance, Salem.
Yeah.
The last 3 years, Salem got in the playoffs about 3 years ago, but before that, they've been in a real tough conference, and they've moved to another one.
Yeah.
But they get 3 wins, 3 or 4 wins each year, and they just miss out on the feeding bowl for the playoffs. Yeah. How much of a I can't ask about your players because they don't know one way or the other what works and what doesn't work. But how much of a nice stick and carrot is that for the coaching staffs for a team that has maybe not as they know? I mean, if you're going into a season, you typically know how well your team might play.
Yeah,
have a good idea. Yeah. How much of a nice motivator is that to get? I mean, that's pretty cool to get in the playoffs. Any chance to get in it?
Yeah, and there's going to be people who don't like the new system. Get used to it. There's expansion in the NFL, Major League Baseball, everything, college football expanding, and you're going to get used to the new system. There's a lot of good things with the new system, and again, and a chance to get more kids a 10th game and into the playoffs. I mean, that's.
Well, you're getting more kids a 10th game chance to get in the playoffs, but you're also getting the teams that have earned it a nice chance to rest up.
Yeah, I like the bye too. That's something that we could have used last year too. Yeah. For sure.
Well, you would have had it.
Yeah, we would have had it if it was on last year's. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Right. So that's the other thing of that though. I'm reminded of a team like, say, Staunton, whenever they played Fairfield a few years ago at 5-4, and Fairfield was like 8-1 or something like that. It really gets a chance at 5-4 to get healthy and kind of get back on a roll, doesn't it?
Yeah, it helps a lot of teams. If you're going to finish in that top echelon and get the bye, or even maybe the home. It also to get teams home games that you never normally would. Right now, you're 5-4. You get a home game, maybe.
Might get a home game against a 4-5 team.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is good for those communities too.
Oh well, you see, and that's the thing that I don't think I can emphasize enough, because I was in Flora last year, and you were a lot closer to it than me, but you were insulated from maybe the community was going crazy by the way.
Yeah. That's what they told me.
All you know is when folks tell you you're supposed to eat spaghetti right now.
Yeah. Tell me where to be, what to eat. Yeah.
Before I let that go, did you get a chance to chat with some folks? Did you hear from people that maybe unexpectedly?
Yeah. So you don't realize how many alumni are out there, and that goes for every school, I'm sure. You don't realize how many people are out there that still follow the sport they play.
Right.
From now states away. So I heard from a guy that lived down in the middle of Georgia someplace, and he wanted to feed the team, and had a phone conversation with him, and then another guy down at the Nashville, Tennessee area, and they just wanted to do something because they had followed the program for so long and been close at times, and just hadn't been able to get over the hump. And they were celebrating with us like they were back home. They couldn't be back home, so they wanted to do something for the kids, feed the team. We had plenty of pizza after practices that week. And
that's pretty cool.
I get to talk to some guys, and they wanted to talk about football. Well, what kind of defense do you run now? And they had some of those conversations, and it was kind of neat to do.
Oh, that's fun. Folks get and that gets those guys back involved in the community as well, even from afar.
Yeah.
Talking here with Brian Tackitt. We're going to come back and talk a little bit more about the 20. We've hardly talked about the 2016.
Yeah.
I feel bad. We'll be back after these words. Stick around.
When Justin, a local volunteer firefighter, needs one of the department's trucks serviced, he calls Cam, whose repair company keeps everything rolling. In turn, Justin helps keep Cam and all of the community safe. Together, they support each other. And Wayne White Electric Cooperative supports them and every member with safe and reliable power. It's why REMCs exist. And together, it all works.
Residents of the Clay County and surrounding area have relied on Clay County State Bank for sound professional service for over 100 years. With convenient lobby and drive-up hours, we are ready to serve you Monday through Saturday. We appreciate all who bank with us, and we look forward to the opportunity of working with anyone who is looking for a community bank to help with their financial needs. Give us a call at 665-3314, visit us online, or stop by and see us on the square in Louisville to experience our friendly personal service.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont's always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMansOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
I thought I'd lost my business in that fire, but my agent was there before the flames were out. He said, together, we're going to rebuild. Our employees depended on it. My independent agent and auto owners made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there. Auto Owners Insurance. North Wayne Insurance Agency in Flora is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
Hello, folks. Welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Cats TV. Let's take a look at the 2026 schedule. It says, now this is the interesting thing, of course. It's a closed conference. You're playing the same teams every year. Yep. You get the opportunity to see teams improve or maybe not, or falter a little bit. But the cool part this year is it's not, you only get four home games when you're usually used to 5.
Yeah.
That's too bad. And you also have to go on the road to Johnston City, last year's champs. But I'm guessing this year's team is pretty confident after last year, even though you didn't win the conference. Pretty confident going in.
Yeah, I mean, we think I think guys think they can compete, and try to be toward the top of conference.
You lose your
again.
Quarterback. Who's your new quarterback?
Thane Warren, Coach Warren's boy. Yeah, and he
played a little receiver last year.
Yeah, he played mostly receiver. He played quarterback at JV level when he was younger, fresh off. So he's got some experience, at that level doing it, but he didn't get a whole lot of reps in last year. Getting him in there, just maybe here and there a little bit.
And he's healthy.
Yep.
You can see last year.
Keep him that way.
Yeah, no kidding. Knockwood again.
Yeah.
Last year he had an ankle issue.
Well, that was like week 9 against Red Hill.
Yeah.
He got tackled on the sideline. Yeah, you guys were there, and I remember thinking this toward the end of the first half, and just going to tape it up and play second half, and he didn't, and then.
He didn't play basketball.
Yeah. I mean, he actually had broke a bone, and we didn't realize it. Like I told you that maybe.
Yeah,
and you limped around there for the playoff games. Tried to anyway, but
but you're good. He's going to be what is he?
He'll be a senior.
He's a senior.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of seniors, you've got some good seniors coming back. Let's talk about that youngster.
Yeah, Cormac. Boy, he's pretty good.
Cormac Massey.
Yeah, Cormac Massey.
He is. He led the conference in rushing last year, right?
Yeah, he may have.
I think he did.
Yeah, he probably did. I think it was at the Fairfield game. Maybe someone had asked me about him because he had a pretty good game. I described him as kind of like the heartbeat of the team. Everyone kind of looks to him as a bit of a leader, and he is a.
He's captain.
Yeah, he voted as a captain last year, and he even had a good sophomore year, and it's gonna
talk about a kid that leads by example.
Yes, that's and he'll be vocal when he needs to, but probably, sometimes you'd probably like him to be even more vocal. But as far as just leading by example, if you're a young kid coming into a program and you want to see how things to be done, you just watch him.
What's he doing defensively? You're gonna try to pull him out a little bit, or you kind of have to let him play, don't you?
Yeah, we've had those conversations many times just this summer, with the guys. And last year we moved him to outside linebacker. We had some pretty good guys inside that could do the job, and by putting him outside, he took him away from some of the contact. But both those kids graduated, so if we move him back inside.
But the thing is, the other thing with Cormac is he just craves contact.
Yeah, that's true too. I mean, you do a game, you got 25 carries, but he also had 12 tackles.
Yeah.
It's just like
he's in on every play.
Yeah.
Speaking of talented kids, it looks like that kid, he might be able to go a little higher for the football, huh?
Yeah.
There's Keelan Crawford.
Yeah, man, for a kid to go up and just get those 50-50 balls, he's been about as good as I've seen, especially in Flora anyway. And couple catches like that against Fairfield last year. That was just huge for us. So.
That was that's him, and he's coming back. But he had some other success over the course of the spring.
He did. He won the state high jump championship for our class, and I can't exactly remember what it was, 6'8" or 9, something like that. But then he got invited to a national meet in North Carolina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he finished 4th overall in it.
Well, that's fantastic.
Yeah, with kids from all over the country.
So you got skilled kids coming back that are looking forward to seeing them play again. How's the line looking offensively?
Yeah, well, we lost 3 at graduation there, so at least we got Brandon O'Donnell, the center, and Connor,
that's important.
Yeah, as I say, they know that center spot to kind of anchor it, and Connor Brooks was a tackle last year for us. And we got to fill the other 3 with new kids.
Going to be running some tight end stuff?
Yeah, Coach Flood, he's always clamoring for the tight end. He played a little tight end in college, and it's kind of like, the old school guys trying to get the fullback back into the game. He's trying to get the tight end back into the Flora offense. But, we'll run some tight end stuff. Hudson Cone did some of that for us last year, and Delaney Bullard did, but he graduated. So we'll have some tight end stuff.
Watching the Flora Wolves last year was spread most of the time.
Yeah.
Mainly spread, but that was a Parker Helm at the quarterback. You're going to be able to do as much with Thane Warner, or I mean, don't give away the farm here, but what are your plans? How are you going to run the offense? Probably with that big back, you're probably going to close in a little bit. Somewhere.
Yeah, we've had we could do that, but then he also lost 3 really good linemen to graduation. So Thane is a different quarterback than Parker. He can be a really good quarterback, and we're not going to ask him to do what Parker did. Passing game stuff, maybe a little bit shorter stuff. And
that's where the tight end comes.
Yeah, and where the tight end comes in, and maybe the play action. So,
but then you've got the big kid out there who can leap.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, so. So I'm just trying to tell everybody it's short passing game. We're still going to go deep to Keelan.
You got the kid out there who can jump off the field. Right out loud.
Yes.
It's kind of tough to keep him.
Yeah, we can't ignore him. Obviously, if we're as good as he is. And Gage Dugan on the other side, he's a pretty good athlete too. So,
it'll be fun. I'll tell you what, we're going to come back and talk a little bit about the rest of the conference, as well about the defense and special teams. Special teams never get enough, but it won you guys all kinds of games. You're watching Big Talk. Back after this.
This is Christy, inviting you to wrap yourself in lasting luxury at Carnaby Square. We specialize in one-on-one customer service, high quality, head-turning, on-trend fashions, footwear, accessories, and a complete line of Brighton leather goods and jewelry. If you want to nix fast fashion and invest in a true-to-size, ethically manufactured wardrobe that you'll wear for years, it's time to treat yourself at Carnaby Square in downtown Fairfield.
Briscoe Surplus Sales on the northeast edge of Flora is your one-stop do-it-all shop. Looking for rugged boots and footwear from great brands like Lacrosse, Rocky, and Carolina? They're there. How about top-notch small engine parts and service? Briscoe Surplus Sales has it. Whether you're wiring your switches or switching your wiring, Briscoe Surplus Sales has the solution and the know-how to help you get the job done right the first time. Briscoe Surplus Sales, your one-stop do-it-all shop.
At Clay City Banking Company, we're all on the same team, regardless of zip code. At home, work, school, or across the country, you can be part of our team with our cutting-edge mobile banking products. From your hand, you can check balances, transfer money, make deposits, and pay bills. Looking for a loan? We've got you covered with our mortgage, agriculture, commercial, and consumer loans. Join our team today. Clay City, Flora, Louisville, and Fairfield Banking Companies. We're the hometown banks, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
When you want an honest deal and hometown service without the runaround, go to Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler in Fairfield. Let Gabe McGahey, Sheldon Bunning, Jeff Black, Dennis Downs, Matthew Rogers, or Caleb Dunn score the best deal for you on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Parts and service departments with factory-trained technicians and express lane and state-of-the-art tire and alignment technology. Lamont's always inspects your battery, antifreeze, wipers, and tires for free. We want you prepared for the open road ahead. Open 24/7 at LeMonsOnline.com. You'll like the way we do business.
It's working. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Big Talk with Bruce Dickey here on Wabash Catch TV, wrapping things up here with Brian Tackitt, getting ready for next season, the 2026 Flora Wolves. How's defense looking, Coach?
Well, we'll graduate a lot of guys on the front six.
Well, I mean, you saw them in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Gave up 39 one game,
Yeah.
only 14, and then Maroa, a fantastic team.
Yeah, they're pretty well-oiled machine.
I bet you were glad. Did you go up to what state, by the way, to the state championship in 3A that you were in?
No, I did not go up there. I watched it on TV.
Was that like the 56 to 52 game or something?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
That would have been fun to participate.
Yeah.
That would have been a good time.
Yeah.
How's the defense looking?
Yeah, we got some new a lot of new faces up front. Replacing the guys we lost, but we bring back our whole star in secondary and Memphis Moore and Cormac Massey up front too. So we got a good base, good solid start to rebuilding that defense.
Last year's JV team was pretty good too.
Yeah, they were undefeated.
Yeah.
So we got guys that come up and a lot of them are sophomores coming up to kind of fill in some of those spots for us. Our junior numbers are down in that class, but our sophomore numbers are up. So,
okay. Well, that's a good way to look at it. That you've got some good numbers coming up. Special teams. I always talk about how doggone important it is to have a good kicker. You had one last year, won a playoff game. You're still trying to develop one for this year, aren't you?
Yeah, got to try and develop somebody for but we. Extra points are big. We need to talk about that. Get that automatic point. If you don't have to have a big leg, if you can just kick that 20-yard extra point, that's big too. So Coach Flood does a good job with special teams, trying to work and develop those kids that can kick and punt, and we'll try to figure that stuff out.
Well, that's the thing. You can look at some of these games from, let's see, I don't have last year's schedule, but you can look at some of those games and just the difference of a 14-12 advantage going in the locker room, or 14-13 advantage. Just having a consistent kicker to pick up that consistent seventh point.
Yeah, we've lost, especially in the Black Diamond, we don't see a whole lot of kickers. Really learned the last few years the importance of the 2-point conversion play, 2-point conversion defense, because we've lost games where we scored the same amount of touchdowns, but we got beat by 4 because we didn't get our 2 points.
I know we'll talk with Justin Townsend next week, and I know Fairfield they don't go the kicking route. I mean they plan on the 2-point conversion, and it's a gutsy move, but it's kind of what folks do. I mean, when you look at when you look at these games, that El Dorado game last year, you were down kind of behind the 8 ball on the extra points, but able to get that extra touchdown to win it, weren't you?
Yep. And that's and if you don't score first, they go for 2 and get it. Forces your hand too. That can take your kicking game away because you got to try to play catch up.
That makes it tough. All right, let's take a look. There's last year's. Last year is gone.
Yep.
Here is last year's Black Diamond, but Flora got second place. A good 2 games there above Cesar and Fairfield. Who are we looking at to be strong this year?
Well, until I've always kind of went by until you beat the best. You got
to beat Johnson City.
Yeah, you got to beat Johnson City. So I think that's probably the team that you talk about to your kids as the measuring stick, just because they've been up there the last few years.
Opening up the season against Cesar Valera, got them in Flora this year. That's good. But 6-3 last year. They're trying. One of those 3 losses was at home against Flora. They'll come in with a little revenge on their mind.
Yeah, at least we got them at home this year. They're just the years we've been in this conference, Cesar's just really solid, like every year. Just has a good team. Hasn't really since they have any down years. They're going to be really tough. And
taking a look at Red Hill, you beat them at the end of the season last year. You got to travel to Red Hill this year, and you say that's a Saturday game.
It's a Saturday game, week 9.
At least it'll be late in the year and it won't be hot.
Oh, well, we hope, 1 o'clock game. Yeah.
Anybody down in that bottom half that looked like could make you got to figure Carmine's not going to be down forever.
No, Carmi, they got a couple really good backs. I think Carmi will be improved. Last year we played them early when it was probably about as healthy as they could be, and we had some trouble with them. And the backs ran really well. And I went to Red Hill later in the year to get a look at Red Hill, and Carmi and was playing them, and both those backs were hurt. They just weren't healthy down the stretch of the season. So that's a team that didn't win a game last year, but could. With expanded playoffs, you can see them in the playoffs.
Well, that's
this year.
the thing. You take a look at this with the expanded playoffs. You're going to have El Dorado's going to get in, and Edwards County might have gotten in last year. Edwards County had a solid team, but they kind of got dinged up too. They had numbers issues.
Yeah, for sure. I know Coach Gerlach had some issues with numbers down the stretch, and it's if you don't get the numbers out, it's impossible to stay healthy in football for the whole year.
Right.
So
it just makes it kind of tough. I gotta ask, whenever you run into the community and talk to people these days, when you go to like the events and 4 days or something like that, everybody comes up to the fair. Everybody's coming up to you say, "Hey, you going to get us to 11 wins again?" Or 10 wins.
I think. It didn't take this year. I think last year when we got beat, I heard someone say, "Well, at least we'll get this far at least next year," And I was, "Hey, let's."
Do they realize how difficult it is?
And that I wanted to go through, and I just hadn't had the time. Like, how many teams, like say I-70 South, have won 2 playoff games in 1 year? A lot of there's
Ain't that many.
Yeah, there isn't. I mean, you've got the teams like Johnson Cities and who we play, Nashville's and Payne's, and a lot of teams that have traditionally Harrisburg,
DuQuoin.
Yeah, DuQuoin.
Because it's the same ones. It's the same ones. It seems.
That's what. Yeah.
That keep doing it. Mount Carmel.
Yes. Yeah. So you look at you can go back and look at the bracket through the years and just start at the Elite Eight, like it's the same programs, the same team. So.
Well, the fantastic thing is that you have the opportunity to get that momentum rolling and keeping it rolling, don't you?
Yeah, and we got good groups coming up that think that we can be contenders to, at least win a game or 2 in the playoffs again, hopefully years to come.
That's fantastic. How my Illini going to do this year?
I think they'll be competitive.
They're going to win as many as last year?
I don't think.
Need to have a quarterback, don't they?
Yeah, I know. Got to see this kid and see what he's like.
It's tough not having a quarterback. You're not a Bears fan, though.
Oh, no.
You're a
Cowboys fan.
Yeah, I thought you were a Cowboy. Yeah. How are your Cowboys going to do? They've got the best offense in the league, don't they?
They got a good offense. They've made some signings on defense. I think they can be a playoff contender, but we'll see.
I got to ask, who are you more optimistic about, the Flora Wolves or the Dallas Cowboys?
Flora Wolves. I've been a Cowboys fan long enough to know.
I bet that's right. Folks, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you. And best of luck this year. Have a great year.
Thank you.
Hey, folks, we'll see you next time on Big Talk and Bruce Dickey. Have a great day.